Yesterday's topic was a little controversial, so today we're going to tone it down and talk about what you should invest your money in. Hi, my name's Nick. I make videos like this. Subscribe. Anyways, dear Nick, I have a question for you. These are the options. What should I buy? Should I buy, and this is essentially with $1,000, about $1,000. Should I buy one alpha force field, two revised dual lands, or two Urza's Saga Serra's Sanctums, or two Odyssey Entomb foils, or 10 new Phyrexia Sheoldreds, the Whispering One foils? Important that that's a foil. New Phyrexia Sheoldred Whispering Ones aren't expensive until they're foil. 20 Bloomborough 3-Tree City non-foils, or 50 TMNT Super Shredder non-foils. What should I buy? And the time span for this, they asked, was like 7-10 years, which isn't what I am used to thinking about. Let me be clear that I am focused on making money now. Usually. Now, I do have some investments. I have stuff that I stick away and kind of sit on, but it's mostly sealed. So investing in singles with a long-term perspective, this gets interesting, and I'm excited. Let's dive in. First off, I've got the TCG player listings pulled up for most of these. The Alpha Force Field, $1,100 for a heavily played copy. You can get a moderately played for 10, 20. I guess we got some pictures here. See if this thing's any good. Man, heavily or moderately played is quite played in these photos. Anyways, so what's the point? It's I am not bullish on vintage in the short term, but I am bullish on vintage in the long term. And so when you ask, what should I buy? And the answer of will this alpha force field go up in the next 10 years? I think absolutely. Absolutely. Is there a fun factor? I guess there is a fun factor. Yes. But here's where it gets a little interesting, is the liquidity is kind of mediocre. And then I want to give this an overall grade too. The liquidity overall is pretty poor. I mean, even if you go onto eBay, you look at, well, I say it's poor, but then you have people selling on auctions, whatever, like one a month, basically, sometimes more if you get a good deal, if people bid on it. So, I say the liquidity is bad. It's bad compared to some of these other items that we're going to look at, but it's really not that bad. And if you're just buying one, you're holding on to it for 7 to 10 years, then you sell. It's not a big deal. So, but it's poor, but it's okay. Overall, I'd give this the grade of, oh man, I might need to give this the grade of an A minus, B plus. B plus is the Alpha Force Field. And we'll come back. I'm going to run through these individually real quick. And then we'll come back and, think about the bigger picture altogether, because that's where it really gets interesting. So the next one is 2 revised dual lands, a Tundra, a Bayou. These do sell. These are played. These are cool cards. In my opinion, there is a serious fun factor here, and there's liquidity. And will it go up in the future? Yes. Chance of going up? Yes. I did make a video. Fun factor? Yes. I'm going to say like absolutely. Don't question my scaling. I'm going to give these an A minus. Okay. Anything I need to say on that before we move on? The revised dual lands, I did make a video recently where I talked about how I'm not confident about any reserve list cards performing well in the near future. In the next, they've been flat for the past like 4 years. The odds of them spiking in the next 1 to 5 years, to me, seems pretty low. However, in the next 10 years, 10 years is just such a long time. I mean, 10 years ago in 2016, we were experiencing what, like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what came out in 2016. I know 2015 was like the return to Zendikar, basically. Was it Dragons of Tarkir? Anyway, a long time ago, a lot could change. And something though that I believe will stay consistent is the growth of the player base and the demand for playable cards. And revised dual lands are kind of the ultimate. I mean, in some people, I think that people that have deeper love for the game, they're the ultimate thing to spice up a deck. Not really spice it, but just like an ultimate thing to own. But I'm not sure about that. Anyways, so maybe I'm talking myself out of the A- into a B+. Okay. Onward and upward. Urza's Sanctum. What is it? Serra's Sanctum from Urza Saga. This card has seen a spike recently, thanks in large part, we believe, to pre-modern. So these have gone up from, $200 or even $100 kind of cards up to $400 cards. You could buy 2 of these and hold on to them. I don't believe in the long-term thesis of pre-modern. So liquidity, yes, there's people buying these right now, but I don't know about in the future. Chance of going up, I'm not sure. And the fun factor for some people, like if you play pre-modern, absolutely going to be there. Fun factor is very much, by the way, like a throwaway column. I'm just putting it there literally for fun. And my fun factor for these cards for Serra Sanctum, for me, it's yeah, with a question mark. And the overall grade I'm going to give is a C. Yeah, I don't think it's as good as some of these other options. All right, Odyssey, Entomb, in foil. This is really interesting. I need to pull this up still. Odyssey, Entomb. I am not sure. What I'm going to be really interested in is who's buying this stuff in the past 6 months, in the past year. One sold in September of 25. Oh, now it breaks. Yeah. I don't, and this is going to play into a lot of these other options too. I don't believe in it's the old foil version of the card. It's playable. You can find playable copies elsewhere. I'm just not sure about the most expensive version of the card in the long term, because as Wizards continues to move towards shinier, cooler, specialer things, and the reality that the fractured foil or whatever foiling treatment it is for the Llanowar Elves and Foundations, that collector booster box hit is worth more than a Llanowar Elves from Alpha. I think Wizards has figured out how to reprint cards and make them more desirable than their old versions. And that makes me question something like an Odyssey Entomb in foil. Is there a chance of it going up? I'm not sure. It absolutely could, but I don't see the path forward. Fun factor? Oh, I think so. They're fun cards. I'd give these a D. My personal opinion. My semi-professional question mark. No, this channel's entertainment. If you check the channel category, it's comedy. So that's what I am on YouTube. 10 new Phyrexia Sheoldred Whispering One foils. This is going to be very similar to the last comment, but check this out. I started playing the game around new Phyrexia, and it's sick. It is so cool that these cards hold value and that somebody's buying them. Check this out. Somebody bought 2. What? They're only like $70. Oh, look, now there's copies that are way less than 200. How many did we say we're buying? 10? Okay. Yeah, 10 of these things. You could probably buy more. I mean, there's probably like only 10 out there. Yeah. Anyway, these things are cool. This card, however, has kind of been power crept. I don't know. It's like, yes, it's still played. Yes, it's still good, but it's not It's not the best. I don't think it's like an internally loved card. I think the new Sheoldred, honestly, I'm more bullish on the newer Sheoldred than this older one. And then just the kind of person that's going to be going for this isn't an old school card either. I think that there's people that have passion for the old school cards, and those people are passionate. The new style of cards, these like back before, what does Rudy call it, like Bronze Age or whatever, these like back before the unlimited printing of Return to Ravnica, but after the new frames, after like 8th edition or whatever that was. Those foils are expensive, they're rare, they're scarce, but I just don't know who loves these things. And apparently it's this person who bought 2 of them for like $50 each. But yeah, in the past year, haven't sold that many. Definitely not liquid. Definitely not sure about its chances of going up. And is it cool? Yeah, I think it's cool. But yeah, I'm going to have to give it a D for a similar reason as the Odyssey and Entomb foil. All right, 20 Bloomborough, 3 Tree Cities in foil. This is a really interesting question because I think that this gets to a playable card that has a home in Commander that, I mean, 10 years from now, this card's going to be reprinted. The question is it reprinted? Like, is this a version of the card that people are going to want to come back to and get? And for just the regular foil treatment of just the regular card, I don't think so. I don't think that that's like the, I don't know, the coolest thing that people want. Now, these borderless copies in foil, that's a different story. Now, if you ask me if I would want to buy 10 of these and hold them onto them for 10 years, I think the answer to that would be like a B+. But for the regular 3 Tree City in foil, honestly, I think that it's just not a good buy. There is liquidity, right? Yeah, people are buying this right now. 10 years, who knows? But people are buying this now. There is liquidity. Chance of going up, I am not sure. I think that there's better versions of 3 Tree City today. It's not the cheapest version, and it's not the most expensive. Sorry, non-foils. What am I talking about? Okay, non-foils. Will 3 Tree City be a like $40 card? Yeah, am I filtering for foil? I'm so sorry, whoever asked me this question. Okay, non-foils. So the least expensive version of this card. Yeah, that changes things. It absolutely does. Major apologies. The least expensive version of this card, will it be worth more than $20 in however many years? Yeah, I think so. That actually makes a big difference, in my opinion. And the reason why is this. You can invest in the cheapest version of the card. You can invest in the coolest version of the card. The stuff in the middle is really a gamble. You really have to have a good reason to think that something in the middle is going to do well. And so for 3 Tree City, there's the cheapest version, which will be the base copy non-foil. Then there's the most expensive version, which will be the extended full art, chocolatey fudge coated whateverness in foil. And those are the 2 that I think are the most investable. So the chance of 3 Tree City going up, probably. It's a playable card in Commander. Typal is a common thing. Kindred, I don't know what it's called these days. It's a common Commander archetype, and I only imagine it'll be more so in the future. It'll probably go up. Is there a fun factor? Yeah, owning 20 copies of this card would be sick. Or how many is it? Yeah, 20. So that grade, I would give it actually probably a B. I give it a B, not a B+, but a B. And then here we go. Last option, 50 copies, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Super Shredder. This is really interesting. Honestly, this card is probably close to, if not at its bottom. If this question was about 1 year, 3 years, really like 1 year to 2 years, something like that, this would be the easiest choice ever. Over 10 years, I could just see this being another card that has just been power crept down. Let's see, whenever another permanent leaves the battlefield, put +1/+1 counter a super shredder. I don't know if this does enough. Commander is, this obviously is strong in Commander, but it's not an obvious fit in a lot of Commander decks. I just don't think it's good enough. It's not like Sheoldred, the Apocalypse, where it can just go in any deck and be a winner. In Commander, you just have so much life that even if this thing becomes a 10/10 and hits someone for 10, it's like whoop-de-doo. And yeah, it's 2 mana. Yeah, it's just not good enough. And so, is it liquid? Yeah, it's liquid. Chance of going up? Probably, I don't know. In 10 years? Nar. I think in 10 years, this card's going to be worth $10 or $5 or something like that. Fun factor? Meh. I'm not passionate about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I did not, of all the collector booster boxes out there, I did not buy into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and it did go up. You could, depending on your sources, you could pre-order those things for low 300s, and then they come out and they're at $400. Like, there was money to be made, and I missed it. I missed out on it because I am not interested in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And so to this day, to this evaluation of this card, that might be swaying me in the negative direction. So yeah, I think that this one's actually like an F for a 10-year investment, which is what we're looking at here. So, okay. Do I agree with this assessment? Yeah, I think that this is pretty good. I don't rate any of these as A or A+. This is the reason why. If you want an A+ investment for 10 years from now, do not buy singles. Don't do it. It's just not proven. These are weird times. Yes, you could buy, a lot of these reserve list cards 10 years ago. Yes, they've gone up. But I'm just not confident about what the next 10 years holds when it comes to single individual Magic cards. Now, the sealed boxes is a totally different story. I think buying collector boxes of Bloomborough for $1,000 each, like, I'd rather buy one of those than one Alpha Forcefield. I would rate the Bloomborough collector boxes as like A-, just because they're so expensive. If there's got to be other collector booster boxes that cost less that are better bang for your buck, but there's just so much potential for 10 years from now with these sealed collector products that are just going to be so rare, so scarce, and that are for incredible sets from incredible times in Magic. And I might be, biased or whatever, but this is just my thought process. My opinion where I'm at right now is just that sealed Magic is just going to outperform basically all singles. However, that's not the point of this challenge. The point of this challenge is to look at these singles. And I think that an Alpha Forcefield is a good pickup for 10 years from now. I think that Alpha cards, the beginning of Magic, reserve list cards, honestly, over an Alpha Forcefield, what I would do is buy Alpha basic lands, get a bunch of them, get 20 forests or whatever. But, anyway, you get the idea, is that buying Alpha cards, owning an Alpha piece of Magic is something that is going to be desirable 10 years from now. Absolutely. Revised dual lands, similarly, going to be absolutely desirable 10 years from now, desirable today. Something big could happen, something big could change, but I feel pretty good about it. Not A+ good about it, but B+ good about it. And then these other items, a lot of these, it's just, they're singles. They could be power crept. They could be popular. They could be powerful played cards, or they could not. Who knows if pre-modern is going to be around 2 years from now, let alone 10 years from now. So I just don't know about Serra's Sanctum being a highly desirable or played card. I'm not sure about the expensive, flashy versions of Entomb, the old versions, Odyssey's Entomb. Sheoldred, Whispering One in foils, honestly might be an F, but D is fine. Bloomborough 3 Tree City foils, I think these will go up, but it could be reprinted 5 times in the next 10 years. You know, it's just hard to know. And then TMNT, Super Shredder, I don't think it's going up in the next 10 years. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. Lots of really interesting comments. Some of them are interesting in not ideal ways, but most of them are really good. Like, y'all have great thoughts, great opinions, and great facts that you share with me in the comment section. So I appreciate that. So be sure to comment what you think, and subscribe. Thanks to my patrons as always, and we'll see you later.